students, welcome back to the online class of physics. This is your name. Is back with the structure of eye and its colorful world. In our previous class we have learned about the structure of eye, different parts of the eye, how the eye is passing out, how the image is formed, and how the information is passed from the eye to the brain, and how the image formation is taking place. And even we have learned about the defects of eye vision, right? So in that we have learned about first type, that was myopia, and in today's class we are going to learn about the hypermetropia. What we are going to learn about second part, that is hypermetropia. This is the second type of defect in vision. Okay, it is the second type of defect in the vision. So in this myopia, what did we see? In myopia we saw that the image is forming, like it is not falling on retina, but it is falling nearby to the retina. So that is causing the myopia, that is the objects which are nearby to it is visible, but the objects which are present at the far distance is not visible. Hence it is called as nearsightedness or short-sightedness, or it is also called as myopia, right? And there the focal length is less than 25, right? So here you can see that it is totally opposite. Okay, it is totally opposite. You can see that the hypermetropia is also called as farsightedness. What it is called? It is called as farsightedness, or it is also called as long-sightedness. What it is called as? It is called as long-sightedness. Okay, that means it is totally opposite to myopia. So here you can yourself understand that in myopia we are able to see the objects which are nearby, but here we can see the objects which are far away. Far away objects are easily visible to us, and the objects which are nearby are not visible clearly. It forms a blur, that is nearby objects are blur. Okay, you can say that the nearby objects are blur. Fine. So like how we are using lens there, here also we can use the lens, and we can set up the, or we can adjust the focal length of through the lens, artificial lens. Okay, like in eye lens can form a clear image on the retina when an object is placed beyond the, that is far away objects can form the image on retina. Okay, suppose this is the eye. Okay, this is the eye and this is the lens. Suppose the object is placed here, and you can see that the image formation will take place on retina. Okay, image formation will take place on retina. Okay, when the object is placed at a far distance, right? But when the object is placed near to it, that is, you can say the object is placed near to the, or you can say very near to the lens, eye lens. Okay, when the object is placed here, so then what will happen? This is the eye. Yes, this is the retina, right? This is the retina. Fine. Now this is the lens of our eyes. Now suppose here is the object a little nearer to the eye. You can see that when the rays are passing, they are forming the image, see, beyond the retina. Okay, image formation is taking place beyond the retina, not here on the retina, but it's away from the retina, not on this retina, but it is forming beyond the retina. So you can say that the image formation is taking place beyond the retina. Hence the nearby objects will appear blur. Okay, now to correct this hypermetropia, we need to use a lens. Like how we are using the lens there in myopia, we have used concave lens, right? And so concave lens opposite convex lens. So that means here in hypermetropia, we are going to use the convex lens. When the convex lens, double convex lens is placed here, suppose this is the eye, this is our lens, and this is the object, okay, that is placed nearby. So what is happening when we are placing a convex biconvex lens? So this is the biconvex lens. When we are placing the biconvex lens nearer to the object, nearer to our eye, then you can see that this image, whatever image is forming here on the biconvex lens, will act as the object onto the human lens, and then that will create an image onto the retina. Okay, that will create an image onto the retina. So the image acts like an object for the eye lens and creates a final image, and that is due to the image which is formed on the retina is due to this biconvex lens. So in myopia we uses biconcave lens, and in hypermetropia we are using biconvex lens, to remember. So when we are saying object distance is u is equal to minus 25. Why 25? Because a healthy eye which can see the objects at fast distance, we can say that it is having the focal length. We can take the object as the distance, we can take as the object distance can be taken as 25 centimeters or about 25 centimeters. So in this case we are taking object distance as 25 centimeters. So that is, we can say u is equal to minus 25 centimeters, right? Then v is equal to, we don't know, so we will take it as minus d, right? We don't know the distance, so the distance of near point we will take it as, minus d. Fine. Then f is equal to focal length of biconvex. Biconvex means positive only, so we will take it as simply f, right? So now when we are substituting this in lens formula, what is lens formula? Lens formula is equal to 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Yes, so when we are substituting it, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v is 1 by minus d minus 1 by minus 25, right? So now what we are doing, we are just writing it as 1 by f is equal to 1 by minus d plus into minus plus 1 by 25. Now what we will get? Now? We will write it as 1 by f is equal to, when we are dividing it, d plus into minus, we will get minus 25 by d minus, 25 into d, 25d. Okay, d minus 25 by 25d. Then we will up down it. So what we will get? We will get f is equal to 25d by d minus 25. As we know the d value, it will be more than 25 centimeters only, right? As we know the d value, it is more than 25 only. So d is greater than 25. So always d value will be greater than 25. So we can say that the f value will definitely come into positive. So here we are getting the f value as positive. So this f is equal to positive means it is convex lens. So here that is, we are using biconvex lens. Fine. So in concave, myopia, you remember we have used f is equal to minus. That means it is concave lens. Right, so we are using biconcave lens in myopia, do you remember? And in hypermetropia we are using biconvex lens. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, I hope this is clear. What is difference between hypermetropia and myopia? They are totally opposite. Okay, both are totally opposite, so doesn't mind. So our third and the last type of defect is presbyopia. Presbyopia means, let us know. So presbyopia is a vision which when the ability of accommodation of the eye lens. You do remember when the eye, there is some accommodation, when there is a change in focal length. Yes. So when the ability of accommodation usually decreases with aging. Okay, it decreases with age. You see our grandparents, really, we see at home our grandparents, they face a very high problem, a huge problem while reading the newspaper or while seeing the far away distance objects, right? They need specs to see that, right? And they have such a fat glasses, right? They have such a huge fat glasses which they wear in that age, right? It happens with everyone, children. It happens with everyone. But with our age now, our eyes also becomes, weak. So we have to now only have to, like, we should be eating such a good vitamin A which provides good health to our eyes. We have to eat that. Okay. So usually according to age, what will happen, mostly people know, they cannot see the near point. It gradually, resides away. It finishes away. They find it very difficult to see the nearby objects clearly and distinctly. This it happens due to gradual weakening of our ciliary muscles. You remember this eye, when we were reading about eye, this lens, this was iris. Okay, this was iris, and you saw that here there were some ciliary muscles which were holding the lens. Okay, which will help in the decreasing and increasing of the iris, this one pupil. It will help iris in holding the lens. So that will become a very weak according to the age. As the age increases, the ciliary muscles, they become weak. Okay, and diminishing flexibility of the eyes lens also decreases. So this effect can be seen in aged people. Sometimes a person may suffer from both myopia as well as hypermetropia with the age. As I said, they cannot see far distance objects as well as they cannot see nearby distance objects. So with age it happens. Usually our grandparents suffer this. So to correct this type of presbyopia, this type of defect, we need to use bifocal lenses. What we use? Bifocal lenses. That means they have both concave as well as convex lens in it. Okay, they have both convex and concave lens. So its upper portion consists of concave and its lower portion consists of convex lens. You see their specs. When you observe their specs, how it will be? They will have a like this mark they will have, right? They will have this mark. So here you can see the upper portion they will have concave and the lower portion they will have convex. Concave and convex lens, both lenses are present in this same glass. So that is called as bifocal lens. If you go to an eye hospital, you get tested for the vision defects. The doctor gives you a prescription that contains some information regarding the type of lenses. You just observe that lenses, prescription, whatever he gives, you observe it. You will understand what we are learning about. If any prescription of your father, mother, or your sister or yourself is present at home, which after testing he has given or she has given you, you just see that and you will understand what I am explaining about myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia. Okay, you might even heard about people saying my sight is increased or my sight is decreased. Okay, what does it mean? Usually doctor after testing for defects of vision prescribes corrective lenses indicating their power with the determine of the types of lenses to be used and its focal length. Based on the distance, based on the lenses, he give you the specs, right? The specs are the glasses which we use. So we say the power बढ़ गया, power कम हो गया, we say like that, na, power increase, power decrease. So what is that power? What is that power of lens? What is that power of lens? So it is nothing but the degree of convergence and divergence of light rays that can achieve by a lens. Okay, the degree of convergence, that is the concave property, and the divergence, convex property, is called as the power of that lens. Fine. So it is nothing but power is reciprocal of focal length. Okay, power is the reciprocal of focal length. So you can write it as P is equal to 1 by F. You can write it as P is equal to 1 by F. So it is reciprocal of focal length. It is reciprocal of focal length. So you can write it as P is equal to 1 by F. So now P is equal to 1 by F means it is in meters. When it is P is equal to 100 by F, then you can say it is in centimeters. Fine. And its unit of power is dioptry. Okay, dioptry. It is denoted by capital D. Fine. You may get the formula based on this power of lens. So you have to solve it by using this equation. If it is in meters, you can write the power is equal to 1 by F. If it is in centimeters, you can write P is equal to 100 by F. Its units are dioptry and it is denoted by capital D. So with this we end up with the structure of eye and its colorful world. Thank you.